Ooh, what is going on? First video of this week's vlog. Chilly one, chilly and miserable one as well. I'm throwing this one back to the Blazing Squad with this hood. If you know who the Blazing Squad are, you're the right age. If you've got no idea who the Blazing Squad are, you're probably a bit young. But no, seriously, I could throw it back even further to E17 to be fair, but although I think they're making a comeback. Anyway, enough waffling. Trying to get out for a little bit of a walk. Yesterday was one of those funny old days. Louis, bless him, woke up feeling really sick. Was sick all over Lara and I a few times, so he wasn't able to go to the childminders. So we had to do a little bit of tag teaming. Both of us were working from home. I mean, I work from home every day, but Lara was working from home, fortunately. So I hadn't taken her to the station early. But yeah, he had to not go to the childminders. A little bit of gastro. He's feeling much better today, thankfully. So he is back there, but just one of those situations that you have to manage through. But yeah, he woke up not feeling good. As I say, he had a couple of really decent naps, like 2.5 hour nap morning, 2.5 hour nap in the afternoon. Ate a little bit of food, and generally felt a lot better. So just yeah, tricky start to the day yesterday. But back to things today, which is also a bit of a bonus because Lara's back at. She was due to go into the office today, but she's also feeling a little bit rough. So she's worked from home because we didn't get out at all yesterday. Trying to get out for a bit of walk, various parcels to pick up, which is also because Lara's discovered Vinted. And it means that literally buying and selling stuff seems to be happening on a very regular basis at the moment. But it's also Christmas time, so there's all of that stuff happening as well. But anyway, I'm just waffling on about absolutely nothing. So I will enjoy the rest of this walk. Hopefully it's not going to chuck it down. My hands are also getting cold because I haven't got any gloves with me, so they're going straight in the pockets. But I'll be back again very soon. What is going on? It is another cold one, and it doesn't get any easier, does it? Fucking hell. Someone one of these days is going to tell me, you know what, parenting does get easier. It really does. Nah. Louis, poor kid, he cannot catch a break at the moment. We think he's now got chicken pox. Yeah, feels like he's been ill for ages. He's had like a snotty nose for what feels like about 3 weeks. I know everyone will say, well, that's just kids in the winter, but he's had the snotty nose, he's had a cough. He was sick on us last week, which I think I've mentioned in the first part of this video. And now, bless him, looks like he might have chicken pox to add to his woes, but also add to our woes. Because we're the ones that are going to have to pick up the pieces, so to speak, bless him. But hopefully he'll be all right, we'll see. But my stuff, which feels like a little bit like it's paling in comparison, not too bad. I've had a pretty decent week of training. I did miss my leg session on Sunday just because, again, typical parenting life. I managed to tweak my back a little bit on Saturday picking Louis up, plus the fact that everyone in our house is ill at the moment. Lara's not feeling great. She's been like coughing and sneezing and snotty herself, and that's kept everyone awake, and it's just been not a great week when it comes to the general health of the Howard household, and that means my sleep's been a bit fucked as well. So add to that a little bit of a tweak on the back on Saturday, and I just thought it was probably better if I don't go to the gym Sunday morning, especially as it was legs, you know, getting and doing like heavy hacks and leg pressing and stuff that had the potential to cause a little bit of an issue with the back. Lay off those, give my body a bit more of a chance to recover, and then obviously see how things go. I feel okay today. I'm a little bit tired still. Lara was due to go into the office today, so we were up at like 5:30 with her alarm, which is also her coughing a lot at the moment. So nice early start. Because she then didn't feel great, she didn't actually go into the office. but it didn't stop us being up. So yeah, another early start, but Mondays are usually a rest day for me from the gym as it is. So I did take today as a rest day, and I'm hoping I'll be back there at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning if things go all right. As I say, some of that might depend on Louis at the moment, given that he's not feeling very well. We'll see. It's just one of them. It's just one of them. I think these weeks, like running up to Christmas and stuff, always can be a little bit crazy. Just so much going on. The winter months, I absolutely hate them at the best of times. I'm about a pound up, which is fine. You know, food got a bump in the week as well, so expected that the weight continued to trend upwards. So that side of things, we don't mind too much at all. Diet's generally in a good spot. As I say, I'm just hoping I can get back to a bit more consistency with my training this week. I'm hoping that I can avoid the illness, and I'm also hoping that Lara and Louis get themselves back to feeling good as well, because the last thing anyone wants is to be ill over Christmas, because that isn't much fun for anyone. So hopefully when we get a video next week, it's going to be me saying everyone's back to feeling good, we're all there, it's all consistent, and the routine has returned. But yeah, who knows. Anyway, I'll be back with the next part of this video tomorrow, so I'll be checking in with Christian tomorrow morning, and then we'll see what comes back. So I'm almost back home, but I actually wanted to add a little bit to this video because I've been having a funny week, a funny past couple of weeks, just in terms of like mood, motivation. I've just been struggling a little bit to get going, and I do think there's an element of just a combination of all the shit that seems to be happening at the minute. Obviously Louis not feeling his best, and Lara not feeling great, the lack of sleep. There's the fact that I hate this time of year, from a lack of sunshine, coldness, all of that bollocks. But I've just been struggling to really pinpoint why my mood has been a bit funny. Maybe it's, you know, the time of the year, to add to that it's that sort of end of year. It's quite reflective. There's almost like the hopes, the dreams, the aspirations for what's going to come next year. I think I also quite often get a bit, you know, living away from my family, which is my choice, please don't get me wrong, and I love the fact that where we live, and I love everything we've got, but it means I don't get to see my family very often, and Christmas is one of those times of year, very, very family focused, and I think all of these things do compound. I know I've been speaking to a couple of clients recently who have felt similar, and one of the things that I've suggested to them, and obviously something that I'm going to try and do myself as well, is just try and take each day as it comes. I think we're guilty sometimes of getting a bit ahead of ourselves, and if you're already in a bit of a moment where you're not feeling great, I think just focusing on what needs doing day to day can actually be really powerful. You know, just get those little tasks done, tick them off, build some momentum, and I'm really going to try and do that myself. So again, I'll touch back on that next week and let you know how it's going, but yeah, just wanted to get that little one off my chest. One of those days. It looks like it's going to be one of those weeks as well, but yeah, hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I'm speaking a little bit quietly because the little boy is asleep across the hallway. Poor kid's not feeling great at all. Got some sort of like viral thing that's similar to chickenpox, but isn't actually chickenpox, and he's covered in all sorts of red blotches. His eyes are really swollen, and I have sort of joked with a couple of people and said he looks like he could have been in a few rounds of Tyson Fury last night. Poor lad. But hopefully he's gonna be all right these next few days. Just means that he can't go to the childminder, so Lara and I are having to do a little bit of tag teaming to get some work done, which is what it is. You know, it's just part of that process. I think kids throw these little spanners in the works, and you just have to manage around it. But we'll see. Hopefully he'll be able to go back to the childminders for a little bit on Friday morning, even though she's then on holiday Friday afternoon and Monday. Otherwise he'll just be home with us until next Tuesday. But yeah, he's not too bad. He's trying to like play and stuff. He's just gets a bit tired quite quickly. So anyway, my check-in this morning, pretty much as expected. You know, Christian gave me some really sort of useful and helpful advice with regard to just like general mood and stuff. You know, the stuff that I mentioned yesterday, just trying to sort of focus on the good stuff, trying to, you know, in these moments, I think it's important to try and pick out positives. The physique's looking good. You know, diet was pretty much 100% throughout the entire week. Training went well, where I managed to get training done. And I think, like I say, it's just important to try and take away those positive things when not everything's going to plan. And yeah, it's just, you know, part of that process, isn't it? Like, I think we all go through these little moments, and, you know, as I said in yesterday's little update, like, I think all of us have those times. Like, for me, it tends to be around about this time of year. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on. So anyway, I'll have put the pictures up. I'm not going to waffle on for too much longer on this, because Louis needs a bit of attention, and just to make sure that he's all right. So but yeah, I'll catch up with everyone next week, and fingers crossed everyone's going to be back to full health. But I'll speak to you all soon.